Tommy Burns calls himself Batman, suitable for someone in Georgia's film industry. To him, life is an adventure. He is athletic and strives to be the best.
How much water have you had today?
Even now, as he sits paralyzed in his wheelchair.
And I used to tell people all the time that I'm never dying.
A bold statement, even before police say Tommy's stepson opened fire in February, hitting both his dad and sister 7 times.
Hey, Kayla, I love you.
This Batman never thought he'd meet a gunman.
Atlanta 911, operator 2982, was it just an emergency?
Everything happened right here in the kitchen.
Kayla Burns went to get her phone charger from the kitchen. Tommy was around the corner on the phone.
I hear gunshots. I knew exactly who they were from, and I knew exactly where they were going. I was looking for him, and I couldn't find him. So I just got in front of her and put my arms up.
Please, come now and help us. Help us, Lord.
He fell here, and this in the ground right here is actually when he was still shooting us.
They both could hear King Aaron Burns reloading, but police say he put one of the bullets in backwards, jamming the gun. Did you know he had a gun?
He told me he had a gun on layaway. I was pondering, how can I keep him from obtaining this gun? Because he's going to hurt someone.
Tommy says the tool he needed was an extreme risk protection order. It's a court order that could have removed his stepson's gun and prevented him from buying another one for up to a year. He says as a teen, there were concerns King might be bipolar, but as an adult, he wasn't taking any medication. Tommy couldn't take his behavior anymore and gave him 2 weeks to move out.
Now, I never even imagined for a millisecond that he would hurt someone in his house with a gun.
But you thought he could hurt somebody?
But I thought he could hurt someone.
State Representative Matthew Wilson says it is the very reason he introduced House Bill 435.
It was assigned to the Public Safety Committee, where I think it was put in the bottom drawer of a desk that was locked, never to be opened again.
Then came a deadly weekend. 2 mass shootings and an unexpected statement from President Trump, a seeming endorsement of extreme risk protection orders, better known as red flag laws.
We must make sure that those judged to pose a grave risk to public safety do not have access to firearms.
17 states and the District of Columbia already have red flag laws. They vary on who can petition the court and the evidence needed.
Verbal threats, threatening behavior, diagnosis of mental illness, for example.
A similar law passed in Oregon allows both family members and law enforcement to file the petition. In its first 18 months, 117 requests were made, more than half of those by law enforcement. And they didn't just want guns. One order took away the defendants' knives, hatchets, and axes, too.
It's going to be difficult for a family member to meet that evidentiary burden without also involving law enforcement.
A third, or 36 of the petitions, were still denied or dismissed on appeal.
The devil's in the details.
But John Monroe with Georgia Carry says there isn't enough time for gun owners to build their defense before hearings are held. And in an emergency hearing, they may not be present at all.
You have to get a lawyer if that's what you're going to do. You have to gather evidence, get witnesses, maybe get a psychological evaluation.
There's controversy, even in states that have passed legislation. Dozens of sheriffs in Colorado say they won't enforce the orders when it goes into effect next year. And the ACLU says it won't support red flag laws that don't have clear, non-discriminatory criteria for defining persons as dangerous.
I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
Monroe likens red flag laws to the movie Minority Report, where the government uses high-tech analytics to predict who will commit a crime and arrest them before it can happen.
Only it's less sophisticated because it's lay people and judges.
Tommy Burns says you don't need high-tech analytics. Sometimes you just know.
Do you feel like you would have had enough evidence or information to have convinced a judge?
I would have had enough evidence to make the attempt.
3 weeks after the shooting, weak and barely able to walk herself, Kayla returned home. It was her birthday.
Happy birthday!
Surrounded by my friends and people who love me and in celebration of me because you didn't win.
Her brother didn't win, but he has changed their lives forever.
What
He passed out.
Between her own therapy, she takes care of her dad. Both have gone from jobs behind the camera to speaking in front of them, hoping their story can change laws.
I don't know if it's a Democrat-Republic issue. I think it's a people issue. No matter what side are you on, male or female, old or young, it's a people issue.